It's Aaron here. Welcome back to another reaction video. Today we are going to be reacting to the Chosen Season 6 teaser trailer. When I first heard about the Chosen, I didn't really know of exactly what it was about because I didn't really read into it until then, like a few days later. I'm like, let me read into it what it is. Obviously it's about Jesus. And I was like, I wonder if there's any way I could watch this. And there's this website, the official Chosen, the Chosen website, which I watched all the seasons on. Well, except obviously for season 6, but from 1 through 5. I was like, oh, cool. So here's season 2 and 3 here already. It took a while for season 3 and 4 and 5 to be on there, but when I first watched the first video episode, I got hooked onto it really quick. I'm just like, this is interesting already. And Jonathan Roumie did an amazing job and performance of portraying Jesus. And all the other actors who portrayed the disciples and all these other characters, and I don't know her name, but the one who plays Mary, Jesus' mother, did an amazing job. And I'm not ready to see what season 6 is going to bring us, even though we already know exactly what's going to happen. So I don't know if this is going to be Jonathan's last performance as Jesus, or he will return, but we're not really sure yet. They're still talking about that. But I'm actually very curious and a little worried of what we're going to be seeing. So again, this is just a teaser. This is not the official trailer yet, but this is a teaser. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started right now. You can already see the crown of thorns.
My heart. From his head.
Oh, is that when they're making the crown of thorns? Oh, yep. And I heard that there were huge thorns. Judas, the one who betrayed Jesus.
This is the way. Your way.
Peter and Matthew.
Father, forgive them. When I survey the wondrous.
So new season this year. Let me go ahead and hide that real quick. See, even though this is a teaser, but you could already feel of what we're going to be witnessing. I forgot what I was going to say. I know I had something I was about to say. So anyways, the crown of thorns, I heard that there were huge thorns. Maybe as long as, maybe there, probably to like where my glasses and my beard is right there. About that big, or unless they were maybe a little bit smaller, I don't know, but the way the hell it looked on there, they looked huge. And like, how must have felt that for Judas, that he was born to later on betray Jesus just for 30 pieces of silver. And from what I heard, Judas, he gave back the 30 pieces because he regretted the way he did, even though he cannot be saved because of what he did. And also heard that he committed suicide by hanging himself because he couldn't bear the guilt anymore. I don't really know how the disciples died besides like Peter, who used to be named Simon, was crucified upside down because he said that he was not worthy to be crucified the same way that Jesus was. So he told them to flip him upside down. And that's another thing I realized too, is that you know how in a lot of like horror movies, you know how the cross is, how they're upright and then they go upside down, right? And people say that it's demonic, it's satanic. But what they don't realize that the upside down cross is actually Saint Peter, which is one of the disciples of Jesus. And I used to believe that too, where just like, yeah, it's satanic, but then I started reading something and I was like, wait a minute. And then I heard from multiple priests saying that people got it wrong, them saying that the upside down cross is satanic, but actually is the cross of Saint Peter. And I was like, so it's not been satanic this whole time, and I believe that? And I felt guilty of that. I was like, why did I believe that? But now, every time I say an upside down cross, now I know that it's Saint Peter. I think Matthew, he was skinned alive. So those are the only three who I know what happened to them. Mary, who is Jesus' mother, she died naturally, of natural causes. And she was the first one that Jesus greeted. And there's still a lot of things I'm learning still. I'm just taking my time with it. But yeah, so for season 6, I am ready, but not ready. Like, I'm ready to see a new season, but I'm not ready to witness the crucifixion, even though we all know what's going to happen, especially since I've seen other movies, like especially one of my favorites, The Passion of the Christ by Mel Gibson. And I remember when I first saw that, I was like, it hit me. I was like, that's what he went through? You know, because I never really knew Jesus at the time. And I was like, so Jesus went through all this just to save us from our sins, you know? That's why Jesus is the most bravest, strongest, most respectful and respected man who ever existed and still exists today. But anyways, November 15th, which is 3 months from now, I'm actually ready. Ready and not ready, but oh well. But what do you guys think? Are you guys excited for it? Are you guys ready to see what we're going to see? And do you think this is Jonathan Ramey's final performance as Jesus, or will he return probably for more seasons if they ever do? Because I heard that if they still go with it, that season 7 is probably in plan right now, because they might do it when Jesus is resurrected, right? I mean, obviously, probably at the end of the season, he probably is going to be resurrected, or a few episodes later in season 6, they're probably going to show when he's resurrected, and they'll probably have somebody else to play Jesus because of Jesus' transfiguration. So we don't ever know, but we just gotta wait. But if they do season 7, then that'll be awesome to see, so we can see from all the disciples' point of view. So other than that, guys, that was a really good teaser for season 6, and hopefully the official trailer will be released soon, probably next month or maybe before the day gets closer. But other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Hit that like button. Comment down below what your favorite Bible verse is, what your favorite film that is based on Jesus is. And let me know in the comments who you think performed as Jesus the best. Because honestly, I don't really know. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for your love and support. I love you guys, and I will see you all in the next reaction. Goodbye, everybody.